Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Wildcard Podcast. I'm your man, Kendall Mans, and today we are going to be starting a new series called Throwback Thursday, where we go back to the past to look at some HBCU athletes. We're going to learn about something that we don't know, and we're going to reminisce on something that we do know. So today, we are going to be looking at Grambling State quarterback DeVante Kincade. DeVante Kincade was a dual-threat quarterback at Grambling State University from 2016 to 2017. In his 2 seasons with the Tigers, he was a 2-time SWAC Offensive Player of the Year, Black College Player of the Year finalist, and Walter Payton Award finalist. He threw for 6,133 yards and 56 touchdowns with a 61.8 completion percentage for his career. He also rushed for 854 yards and scored 11 touchdowns on the ground. The Tigers went 22-2 and won 2 SWAC championships and 1 HBCU national championship with him under center. Quick thing before we start watching the highlights, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on all of our socials at Wildcard2K. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
Oh my God! Wow!
We gotta go back. This spin move that he just gave these two dudes is vicious. Oh my goodness. Yo. Okay. All right. I'm excited. Okay, against Jackson State. All right. That is a bomb. That's like a 50-yard pass? I'm not gonna lie, he's a lot quicker than I thought he was. He's really, really shifty, actually. I mean, that makes sense. He did end up playing a wide receiver in the league, but I mean, him having an arm like this and being that shifty is crazy. Like his arm is crazy. Y'all, like this dude can really air it out too. And the craziest part is he's making this look so easy. Like I said, y'all, I haven't seen this man play, so I mean, just watching his quickness and his first step is crazy. Like he's just cooking everybody. This is wild, man. And these are some tough throws he's making too. Like, I mean, I know he's airing it out. His lob pass is great. But I mean, he's really getting these guys right in the pocket, like where nobody else can get this ball. He has really, really good placement. Man, it's just crazy. I mean, I know most of these are gonna be touchdowns, just because I mean the man had 56 touchdowns, 60 something touchdowns. I'm not surprised, but yeah, man, these are some beautiful balls. And the crazy part is, I don't know if it's the wide receivers like that are just really, really talented themselves, but he's making his wide receivers look amazing right now. But I mean, they gotta be extremely talented. I mean, 22 wins and 2 losses in 2 seasons. Bro, and the crazy part is he surveys the field really, really well. Like it never seems like he's not looking downfield for somebody. And that takes a lot of talent to do, especially when you're on a move like this. I mean, the dude's always moving. And I think one thing that I really like about him and his wide receivers is that they're always moving. Whether that's running backs, whether that's, wide receivers. I'm not sure how much the tight ends they use, but they're always moving. Like they kind of, you can see the in sync playing style that they have together. His movement in the pocket is beautiful too. Oh my gosh, man. Who is this against? Arizona? Oh, yo, this dude is crazy. And you know the craziest part? That might be the first time I've seen somebody actually touch him. And we're 3 minutes into this highlight tape, and that's the first time I think I've seen him get touched. That's how elusive he is. Oh, this read option was a killer. Oh my gosh. Yo, he's just throwing bombs. Like, he's just making it look so easy. That's what I'm talking about. Like the movement in the pocket presence is crazy, especially when you're scrambling like this. And his receivers never look out of place. Bro, the jukes are great. This is such an elusive quarterback. Oh my gosh, man. And like his wide receivers are creating so much space. Like it's not even a challenge for them, it doesn't look like. And his placement of the ball is insane, man. This is really, really beautiful. Literally, that's the first time I've seen him get touched in the open field. Bro. I'm not trying to glaze the dude or nothing like that, but I mean, this is really, really great quarterback play. And like I said before, his wide receivers, that was a beautiful pump fake, by the way. A beautiful pump fake. His wide receivers are really, really good at creating space. And the thing with wide receivers like this and a quarterback like this, most of these, or at least from what I'm seeing the last couple of plays, the defense is playing man coverage. So if you have a quarterback that's getting out so quick, I mean it's nothing you can really do about it. I mean you can put a QB spy, but what kind of linebackers are you gonna have that's gonna be quick enough to keep up with this dude? Because even the DBs can't really keep up with him like that. Bro. Like a 22-2 record makes a lot of sense when you look at these highlights because they just look like they're just that much more talented than a lot of people. Like it'd be different if all of his wide receivers are making really, really tough catches. A lot of them are just wide open. Like it's not even a struggle for them. Literally, they are cooking these DBs. Bro, these are crazy throws. And it's like it takes a great connection between quarterbacks and wide receivers in order for you to make some of these throws, because some of these throws are back shoulder. That's beautiful. Some of these throws are like you just have to know that your wide receivers are going to be there, because he's throwing in anticipation with some of these. I mean, most of the time it's a lot easier when your quarterback or when your wide receiver is just that much wide open. But I mean, the talent from a quarterback and a wide receiver respectively is really, really good. Like they're just that talented. His timing on the ball is really good too. Like most of these throws, he's not really under pressure like that. And even if he is, he's moving so quick that it doesn't really seem like he's under that much pressure. The RPO in this is crazy though. I wonder how good their running back was. Like I said, y'all, I mean, I've really, really gotten into HBCU football like that when I was a freshman in college. I just graduated from Alabama State, a couple months ago. So about 2020 was when I really, really started getting into this stuff. So this was like 3 to 4 years before my time. And man, these are really, really quality highlights. I think one of the things I remember from being a player is you always wanted to put your best plays first. Obviously, because this is a 15 minute highlight tape. Not everybody's gonna watch 15 minutes. Whoever you are, whether you're a coach, whether you're a fan, not everybody's gonna watch 15 minutes. And just watching it so far, I mean, it's still impressive. It really, really is. Like I said, man, I don't even know the offensive coaches, the coaching staff. This is some beautifully called plays though too. Like these are just tough catches from his wide receivers. I mean, the culture that we're getting is like, okay, now you're just starting to see some really good throws and some really good catches. It's not gonna be as many. Well, I guess I spoke too soon on that one. I was gonna say it's not gonna be that many wide open plays like that. I don't think. just because it's not touchdowns, but here they go. He's really good with his back shoulder. And that back shoulder throw is very, very, it's not an easy throw to make, and it's not an easy pass to catch either. That's a prime example of what I was talking about wide receivers always being on the move. You know, whenever you have a quarterback that can create time, whether the pocket breaks down or whatever, when you have a quarterback that is so good at kind of just staying mobile and keeping the play alive, you need receivers that are gonna continue to move around, because if they just start standing packed, then it's a lot easier to guard. And I think he also has a really good, like, that play right there was a great example of him just having a great feeling for the pocket. You know, because even if you're not necessarily getting pressured all the time, one of the things that I've noticed with quarterbacks that I've played with in the past is they always have a clock. It's always a clock, because to be honest, I mean, you can have the best lineman in the world, but you are not going to get quality minutes in the pocket all the time. Like, even then, when a play breaks down, you have to know when to get out, or you have to know when to throw the ball. And that's on the receiver and the quarterback, because he doesn't make that play if his wide receiver is just standing packed. It's crazy, the elusiveness and the speed, because when you have a quarterback that can just move like this, it makes it so much easier for the offense. That is a tough throw. That was a tough catch. That was a tough catch. And I mean, I've seen some really good defenses, you know, in the past couple of years in the SWAC. You know, with Alabama State's defenses, you know, led by Bubba Adams and Mickey Victor and Keenan Isaac and all of those type of guys. You know, they were really good defenses, but I think these type of offenses definitely would give those guys run for their money. I mean, one of the things that I think makes this offense so explosive is that you have to cover well. Like, your defense has to be on one accord in a situation like this, in playing against teams like this. Because if your defensive line is not getting enough pressure, your secondary is going to struggle. If your secondary isn't you know, getting decent coverage every time, your pressure is going to struggle. Because no matter how good the pressure is, you got a guy wide open, the guy's wide open. And a lot of these guys are wide open, like you can see right there. So, you know, it really just all depends. But I mean, it's man, this is a dynamic quarterback, though. This is a really dynamic quarterback. And I think when people talk about star quality, star quarterback play, I think this is definitely something that comes to mind, or a play style that comes to mind. His mechanics are just really, really good. His mechanics are really good. He has a great feel for the pocket, a great feel for where his receivers are going to be. Like, he just ultimately has that trust in his receivers. And I mean, his receivers are really, really good too. These are a lot of tough catches that they're making. You know, whether those are in stride, or whether those are just deep balls or jump balls. Like, all of these are tough catches. He'd have stayed up. That probably would have been a touchdown too. Like, he's one of those guys that this type of stuff just seems easy. And you can't even really say it's because he's playing against SWAC competition, because for one, he's not just, like, this isn't just SWAC teams. Like, y'all have seen the Arizonas, y'all have seen the Tulanes. Like, he's doing this against everybody. And like I'll tell anybody, you know, the SWAC isn't just easy wins. I hate when people, you know, lead with that narrative, because that's not what HBCU football is. Like, if you really sit down and watch HBCU football, it's competition every day. I mean, shoot, if you want a more recent example, Shedeur Sanders said something similar. You know, QB1 for Colorado, obviously, you know, a former Jackson State quarterback as well. He said pretty similar things as well. So, you know, one thing that I'm really going to be interested in as we go through this series is just looking at these guys who used to do this at such a high level. I mean, this is really, really crazy because he's dominating. I mean, this is a dynamic offense. One of the things we might do too is look at some of the points they put up, because that's one thing I didn't do. We looked at his stats as an individual, but making a guy miss. And the crazy part is, when you got blitzers coming in like that, you got to make your decisions quick. But I think it's because he's so elusive and he has such a quick twitch. It's not really gonna matter. I mean, we just saw 2 examples of that. And I think that's one thing as a defensive player, which I was for most of my career. One of the things that I felt was probably the most difficult about blitzing was blitzing a quarterback that was like this, that could move so quick, that was so agile, and it really made things a little difficult. It really made things difficult because you never knew what he was going to do. I mean, I haven't seen obviously these are highlights, and I'm aware of that, but I haven't seen a bad throw. I haven't seen a bad throw yet. And I mean, his placement is something that's really, really good because sometimes his wide receivers aren't wide open. And he does have to make tough passes. And ultimately, those tough passes, I mean, he's connecting on them, like their routine. That's what I'm talking about. Like the movement of his receivers is a beautiful thing to watch as well. Obviously, we're keened in on him as a quarterback, but I would love to like rewatch this tape and just see how his wide receivers are moving. Because you got to think, I mean, by the time he threw that ball, their routes were over. Dang, that's it. Wow, that ended quicker than I thought. Okay. All right, like I said, y'all, that was a crazy highlights. Crazy highlights. So I'm about to look up Grambling's. I'm about to look up. Just want to make sure I was still recording. I'm about to look up Grambling's, record. I'm about to look up their record and just kind of see what their stats were like, because like I said, bro, this is crazy. Okay, so Virginia. So this is 2016. This is his first season. They opened out with a 72 ball. I don't care who you play. A 72 ball it's nothing you can do about that. That takes an offense. I don't care who you are. 72 points is a lot for a football game, regardless. Against Jackson, they put up 35. I mean, they put up 21 against Arizona. They put up 43 against Alcorn, 36 against Prairie View, 59 against Valley, 60 pieces. Crazy. They ain't had to do UAPB like that with a 70 ball. Oh my gosh. 56 on A&M, 21 on State, almost 50 on Texas Southern, 52 on Southern. Okay, all right. The SWAC championship was a lot more competitive with Alcorn. What they had, it was 43-18 the first game. Alcorn put up a good fight, 27-20. Obviously, I'm not gonna look through the whole thing, but 27-20, okay. And they beat Central 10-9, okay. And then I just want to look at 2017. Okay, Tulane. All right, that first game for them wasn't as good as the last one. Northwestern State 23. Jackson, they put up 36. Valley, they put up 38. 34 against Prairie View. 41 against Alcorn. 50 ball, another 50 ball against Texas Southern. And that might have been the most points that they scored. Dang, they put up another 40 ball against Alcorn. And they did eventually lose to North Carolina A&T. I do remember that North Carolina A&T, that was one of the teams that I was really, really interested in. I was a big fan of them before I ended up making my college decision. So, I mean, man, that was a great highlight tape. I had a great time watching that. DeVante Kincade, stats don't do him justice. I'll say it like that. Stats don't do him justice. Stats don't do his team justice. This was a great team. Like I said, 22 and I believe it was two losses in his time there. Two-time SWAC champion, one-time HBCU champion. I mean, the man's stats speak for itself, like I said. I had a great time watching. Hopefully, y'all had a great time watching with me. If y'all got any more names that y'all want to see, put them down in the comments below. And with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all of our socials at Wildcard2K. And, man, that's it from me. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.